Hey there. Today, I need your full attention because what we're about to explore isn't just a common health tip, it's a wake-up call. Have you ever wondered if something as simple as fruit could silently harm your health? We've been taught since childhood that fruit is nature's candy, full of vitamins, antioxidants, and sweet nourishment. But what no one tells you is this: not all fruits are created equal, especially as we get older. For those of us over 60, our bodies are changing. Our metabolism slows down, our digestive system becomes more sensitive, blood sugar control becomes more fragile. And the truth is, some fruits, though good for younger people, can silently become dangerous for seniors. Yes, dangerous. High sugar content, risky drug interactions, or hidden acidity, they can cause real harm if we're not careful. But there's good news. Nature also provides life-saving fruits that support heart health, fight inflammation, protect memory, and even improve bone strength. Today, as someone who has lived a full life and studied these changes for decades, I want to share with you 4 types of fruit you should be cautious with or avoid, and 4 types you absolutely should eat. Your body deserves better. Now let's get straight to the point. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you like this video, please type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can create better content for you. Point 4 dangerous fruits that seniors should be cautious with or avoid. Number 1, grapefruit. The silent threat for medication users at first glance. Grapefruit seems harmless, even beautiful. Its bright pink flesh, refreshing bitterness, and heart-healthy reputation have made it an indispensable part of many breakfast tables. But for older adults, especially those over 60, this fruit carries a hidden and profoundly underestimated danger. Behind its delicious appearance lies a biochemical threat that few talk about, a threat that silently interferes with the very medications that keep your heart beating, your blood pressure stable, and your anxiety under control. Grapefruit contains a compound that inhibits an important liver enzyme called CYP3A4, responsible for breaking down many of the most common prescription drugs used by seniors. When this enzyme is blocked, the medications you take can accumulate to dangerous levels in your bloodstream, like a dammed river with no escape. The consequences can be devastating: severe muscle breakdown from statins, life-threatening heart rhythm problems, excessive bleeding from blood thinners, or intensified sedative effect from anti-anxiety drugs. For those who depend on prescriptions to survive, this seemingly healthy fruit can turn into a silent killer. The tragedy is that most seniors are unaware. They eat grapefruit in the morning and take their medication after breakfast, never connecting the dots until they are rushed to the emergency room. Some don't survive to understand what happened. That's the price you pay for trusting what appears healthy without knowing the truth. This isn't about spreading fear, it's about wisdom through experience. Grapefruit isn't inherently evil, but for seniors taking medication, and that includes over 70% of Americans over 65, it's simply not worth the risk. There are safer fruits to enjoy without gambling with your heart, liver, or life. But if grapefruit, despite looking bright and cheerful, can hide danger in plain sight, then what other fruits might also be pretending to be safe while silently working against your health? Let's take a closer look at the next one. It's small, sweet, and surprisingly problematic when overindulged. If you're still watching and find this information useful, please comment 1 below to let me know you're still with me. Now, let's move on to point number 2. Number 2, cherries, sweet but dangerous for gout and diabetes. Cherries, tiny, sweet, and deceptively innocent. For many of us, they bring back memories of summer, of freshly baked pies cooling on windowsills, bowls of cherries at picnics, and the satisfying pop when a pit slips out. But as we age, what once felt like a treat can now silently betray our health. You see, cherries, especially in large quantities or in concentrated forms like juice, dried fruit, and syrup, have an extremely high natural sugar content. 1 cup of sweet cherries contains nearly 20 grams of sugar. For younger bodies with faster metabolisms and stable insulin responses, this might not be a serious concern. But for seniors living with type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, or even undiagnosed insulin resistance, that sugar hits the bloodstream like a wave, causing spikes that damage organs over time and leave us tired, mentally foggy, and vulnerable. And the danger doesn't stop at sugar. Cherries are naturally acidic, and for older adults dealing with inflammation, arthritis, or joint pain, this acidity can worsen symptoms. Yes, fresh cherries contain antioxidants, but when consumed excessively, especially when processed, the acidic and sugary content can backfire. What you hoped would soothe your body may instead aggravate the very pain you're trying to escape. And what's the price you pay? Silent, creeping damage. You might not feel it immediately, but the flare-up in your knee joints that ruins your morning walk, the blood sugar spike that leaves you dizzy, the sleepless night due to swollen joints, it's all connected. That bowl of cherries eaten with good intentions becomes a trigger for pain, instability, and long-term harm. That it's heartbreaking because cherries seem so safe. But the truth is, as we age, even sweetness must be questioned. And if these tiny fruits can disrupt your balance so severely, imagine what happens when your potassium levels spiral out of control from something much more common, something many seniors eat daily without a second thought. Number 3, bananas. Too much potassium can be harmful. For most of our lives, bananas have been considered a symbol of health. Simple, convenient, rich in potassium that we were told they help reduce cramps, boost energy, and are good for the heart. And for younger bodies, that may be true. But as we age, our bodies no longer process nutrients the way they used to, and too much of a good thing can silently become a threat. Bananas are rich in potassium, yes, but for seniors, especially those with weak kidneys, heart conditions, or who are taking blood pressure medications like ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics, this potassium can accumulate to dangerous levels. Your kidneys, once efficient filters, now begin to slow down. And that excess potassium isn't excreted from the body as it normally would be. It remains in your system, seeping into your bloodstream, disrupting your heart's natural rhythm, your muscles' ability to contract, and even your brain's clarity. This condition, called hyperkalemia, doesn't make headlines, but it sends thousands of seniors to the emergency room each year. Just eating too many bananas in a week can be enough. You might feel your heart flutter, weakness in your legs, or a sense that something is off. But by the time symptoms appear, the damage may have already begun. And what's the price you pay? A fruit that should nourish you instead risks stealing your balance, your energy, even your heartbeat. Most seniors never suspect a banana. It seems too simple, too wholesome. But simplicity can be deceptive, especially when your body's internal systems are more fragile than they appear on the outside. So, before you reach for that next banana, ask yourself, is this really what my body needs? Or just what I'm used to eating? Because sometimes danger lies not in what we fear, but in what we assume is harmless. And that's never truer than with a fruit hidden behind a mask of health. A fruit many consider a snack, but is actually a concentrated sugar trap, disguised as dried nutrition. Number 4, dried fruits, the hidden sugar bomb. They sit neatly in small snack packs, looking harmless, even nutritious. Raisins, dates, dried apricots, dried cranberries, and we see them in trail mixes, sprinkled on oatmeal or offered in doctors' waiting rooms as a healthy alternative. But for seniors, dried fruits often hide a dark truth beneath their wrinkled skin. They're sugar bombs disguised as health food. What many don't realize is that when fruit is dried, water is removed, but the sugar remains, now concentrated in a much smaller bite. A handful of raisins may seem innocent, but it's equivalent to eating a whole bunch of fresh grapes without the fiber, without the water, and with all the sugar condensed. And most dried fruits on store shelves are also coated with added sugar or preserved with sulfites, which can aggravate conditions like asthma, migraines, and even lead to inflammation in the gut. For those of us in our senior years, especially those living with type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, or digestive sensitivities, these tiny snacks can wreak silent havoc. They cause sudden spikes in blood sugar, gut discomfort, and worst of all, they provide a false sense of health. You think you're making a smart choice, but your body pays a silent price. And what's the price you pay? It's the slow damage caused by a daily snack that seems healthy. That it's the increase in glucose that strains your heart, It's the indigestion that disrupts your sleep, that it's the energy crash after the sugar spike. Dried fruit may seem like a friend, but for many older adults, it becomes an invisible thief, stealing comfort, balance, and metabolic stability over time that we must learn to question. Not just what tastes sweet, but also what has been packaged and processed to look good, while actually causing harm. Because just as some fruits can deceive us in their dried form, others, still fresh, still whole, can become the very medicine our bodies crave. So now let's turn towards hope, the fruits that help restore, protect, and provide energy, even when we're in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. What should you be eating every week to stay sharp, strong, and stable? Let's start with a small blue fruit that might just save your memory. 4 fruits you should eat that can save your health after age 60. Number 1. Blueberries. The brain protector, there's something quietly magical about blueberries. Small, humble, and unassuming, they rarely attract attention like other flashy fruits. But inside each tiny berry lies one of nature's most powerful gifts, especially for those of us entering the later chapters of life, that a time when memory begins to fade and clarity sometimes slips away like sand through fingers. Blueberries offer hope. Not just comfort, but protection. Science has confirmed what many of us have long felt. What we eat shapes how we think, how we remember, and even how we feel. And among all the fruits studied for brain health, blueberries rise to the top. Rich in anthocyanins, those deep blue pigments don't just give the berry its color. They act as guardians, crossing the blood-brain barrier to reduce inflammation, improve communication between brain cells, and shield against oxidative stress, which slowly erodes memory and function. Regular consumption of blueberries has been linked to slowing cognitive decline, improving decision-making abilities, and even reducing the risk of Alzheimer's disease. For seniors, these aren't small promises, they are lifelines. They represent more time to remember the names of loved ones, more moments of clarity during quiet mornings, and more independence when it matters most. But the beauty of blueberries isn't just in their brain benefits. They also help regulate blood pressure, support heart health, and are low in sugar, making them ideal for diabetics and those with cardiovascular issues. Just a simple half cup each day, added to yogurt, oatmeal, or eaten plain, can make a real difference in a world full of pills and prescriptions. It's easy to forget that some of the most powerful medicines grow from the earth. Blueberries are proof. They don't just nourish, they protect, restore, and gently preserve what matters most, your mind. And if this small blue fruit can sharpen your memory, imagine what a crisp, fiber-rich apple can do to protect your heart, and why one a day truly can help keep the doctor away. Number 2, apples, the fiber hero for heart health. There's a quiet wisdom in the old saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And although it may sound simple, even old-fashioned, this humble fruit carries truths that are more relevant than ever for those of us over 60, a time when our hearts need more care. Our digestive system becomes more sensitive, and our bodies call for balance. The apple offers powerful protection in its most ordinary form. Apples are rich in soluble fiber, especially pectin, a type of fiber that binds to cholesterol in the digestive system and helps remove it before it enters the bloodstream. For seniors, this means apples can actively reduce bad LDL cholesterol, lowering the risk of heart attacks and strokes without needing extra medication. They're also naturally low in calories and sugar, making them a safe, sustainable snack that supports blood sugar control and healthy weight management. Both are essential for heart and joint health in old age, but apples do more than just protect the heart. Their fiber also supports a healthy digestive tract, reducing constipation, a common and frustrating issue as we age. And the antioxidants in the peel, quercetin and flavonoids, provide anti-inflammatory effects that support overall health, even helping reduce the risk of certain cancers and neurodegenerative diseases. And perhaps just as importantly, apples are very familiar. They bring back memories of autumn harvests, homemade pies, and the simple joy of a crisp bite on a chilly day. That there's comfort in that, and nourishment, both physical and Emotional point one fruit, so accessible, can silently shape your health in profound ways. So, yes, an apple a day really can make a difference, not just in what it provides, but in what it helps your body avoid. And if the apple is a silent guardian of your heart, then what about a fruit that nourishes your bones, brain, and skin all at once? It's creamy, rich, and often misunderstood. Let's talk about avocados. Number 3, avocados, the healthy fat that nourishes your body. Among all the fruits on the table, the avocado stands out uniquely. It doesn't burst with sweetness, it doesn't have vibrant colors. And it's not the type of fruit you typically find in a bowl on the counter. But for those of us in our 60s and beyond, the avocado is more than just food. It's fuel for longevity, clarity, and strength. Rich in monounsaturated fats, avocados are the type of fat your body needs as it ages. Fats that don't clog your arteries, but instead protect your heart, nourish your brain, and lower bad cholesterol. They help reduce inflammation throughout the body, easing pain in aging joints and supporting smoother movement. For seniors living with heart disease or trying to avoid it, this fruit could be a game changer, but the benefits go deeper. Avocados are packed with vitamin K, essential for bone strength and fracture prevention, something we often don't think about until a fall reminds us how fragile we've become. They also provide folate and potassium, helping regulate blood pressure, improve circulation, and reduce stroke risk. And with the presence of lutein, a powerful antioxidant, they support eye health, protecting against macular degeneration and age-related vision loss. Beyond science, avocados offer a sense of richness, not just in texture, but in how they make us feel. A few slices on whole grain toast, a spoonful alongside fresh greens. It feels like nourishment, not restriction. A stage in life where so many foods are labeled off limits. The avocado says, I'm here to help, not to harm. So while others may chase the next trend or exotic superfruit, this creamy green fruit delivers benefits quietly, consistently, and profoundly. And if avocados bring strength to your bones and brightness to your mind, imagine a fruit that not only soothes your digestive system, but also helps calm inflammation throughout your body, especially where you feel it most, in your joints. Let's explore the healing power of papaya. Number 4, papaya, the digestive and anti-inflammatory miracle. In a world filled with over-the-counter antacids, joint creams, and countless supplements, it's easy to forget that sometimes the most powerful relief can come from the simplest source. Papaya, with its soft golden flesh and tropical sweetness, is more than just a pleasant dessert. It's a natural healer, especially for those in their senior years. As we age, our digestive system becomes more sensitive. Meals that were once easily digested now cause bloating, discomfort, or reflux. But papaya contains papain, a natural enzyme that gently helps the body break down proteins, easing the burden on your digestive system. For seniors struggling with slow digestion, irregular bowel movements, or the side effects of long-term medication, papaya offers not just comfort, it offers relief beyond digestive benefits. Papaya is rich in vitamins C, A, and E nutrients known to strengthen the immune system, protect the skin, and fight inflammation, a key factor in chronic diseases like arthritis and heart disease. For older adults dealing with stiff joints, inflammation, or a weakened immune system, papaya works silently in the background to restore balance and minimize the silent damage occurring inside the body every day. Its texture is soft, its taste is gentle, and its effect is profound. It requires no cooking, no preparation, no complexity. Just a few slices a day can support your body from the inside out. More than just food, papaya reminds us that healing doesn't always come in a bottle. Sometimes it comes in nature's own packaging, ready to serve those who seek health instead of quick fixes. And now that we've explored the fruits that support your brain, strengthen your heart, rebuild your bones, and soothe your digestive system, the question becomes, what happens when you combine these choices? How can you turn them into a simple daily lifestyle that protects your future one bite at a time? Let's explore that next. Your health is in your hands, one bite at a time, as we navigate the later chapters of life. there's a quiet truth that becomes clearer with each passing year. We can no longer take our health for granted. The foods we once ate without a second thought, the ones we grew up with, celebrated with, or simply enjoyed out of habit, now carry a new weight. Each bite either brings healing or adds to the burden our bodies must bear. But here's the hope. It's never too late to make better choices, and sometimes those better choices aren't drastic or difficult. They're as simple as reaching for a blueberry instead of a handful of dried fruit, choosing an apple instead of a sugary snack, slicing an avocado instead of processed breads, adding papaya to your breakfast instead of seeking relief in pills. These small decisions, made day after day, begin to build something powerful. A stronger heart, a clearer mind, steadier joints, better digestion, and most importantly, a sense of control over your own well-being. That's a gift worth protecting, that we must also accept with grace and wisdom. That not every food is still right for us. Some fruits, though natural and once beneficial, may now work against our aging systems. Grapefruit, bananas, cherries, dried fruits, they aren't evil, but they require caution. They require us to be mindful of our medications, our blood sugar, our kidneys, and our individual health conditions and being. Mindful isn't feared, it's maturity, that it's respect for the body that has carried us through all these years. Let this be a reminder, not of what you can't have, but of all the things you still can. Nature has given us an abundance of healing foods that we just need to choose them intentionally. So whether you're 60, 70, 80, or older, know this, your health isn't behind you, that's right here, right now. In every meal, in every choice, the fruits you welcome into your life can be more than just food. They can be your partners in longevity, your protectors, your daily act of self-respect. And when you care for your body this way, with knowledge and love, you don't just add years to your life. You add life to your years, because you deserve to age with strength, with dignity, and with joy, one mindful bite at a time. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey towards embracing these truths. That if you like this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, please comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.